I tell you a novella. This is real. I tell that you can test, for you can go to Babylon, the place this story is known to all.
A knight known as Iroldo, and a lady named Tisbina, and he was as much loved by this woman as Tristan by the Queen Isolde. He was Innamorato too.
Nearby, yesterday lived a baron, the greatest man in Babylon. He was a fine guest, a fair contender, a bold knight, and a gallant lover.
Brasildo was that baron's name. One day, he was invited to a garden where Tisbina played with friends, an unfamiliar game. Brasildo watched the game.
After the game and party end, the flame remains within his heart. He gives great sighs both day and night, since love can be described to those whose hearts don't hold or feel its might.
He found a loyal go-between, a girl who knew Tisbina well. How many times she said to her,
"Fair lady, know your fortune's time. A baron with handsomeness. Heaven's inhabitants loves you. The years of youth are times of joy. They should be spent in ecstasy."
Tisbina was assaulted with these words and others but in vain. That noble baron was undone and brought to such an evil pass. That death was all he hoped to have. Wander alone within a grove, make laments of his cruel love.
It chanced that one day, out of many, Iroldo hunted in this forest, and fair Tisbina rode with him. They both said as they went along, a wretched voice and broken groans.
Oh, flower and forest, listen. After these final words I lend, with cruel death my long suffering.
Then he drew out from his sea his sword, his face turned pale as death drew near. He called his true love just to hear her name. As he dies.
Tisbina!
Tisbina and their lover had the hot flame of this night complaint. Iroldo felt such sympathy. He, with his lady, made a plan to remedy this mournful man. Tisbina said,
If you love me, Brasildo, don't abandon me to my misfortune. Beyond the woods of Barbary, lies a fair garden, wood in iron. There are 4 doors. Life garden portal, dead another. Poverty one and wealth the other. Inside there is a tall tree. When it flowers, it drops pearls. I must obtain a branch of it.
After Prasildo learns that hope, he swears to do it with no fear. Now this, the damsel and Iroldo had sent Prasildo to the garden known as Medusa's orchard still, so that with distance and in time it put Tisbina from his mind.
Medusa is a maid who stay beneath the tree of treasure said, anyone who see a fair face forget the reason he has come.
That stout lover rides alone, though truly loved to went along. He passed the Red Sea's arm by ship, and soon crossed over all of Egypt. When he had reached the Balkan Hills, he came upon a holy pilgrim. The old man said to him,
"Don't use the door of life and death. Medusa's pet is poverty. But if she sees her own face, she forgets her wealth and leaves her garden. You'll need a mirror for a shield, but go unarmed with naked limbs, since entrance is by poverty. The door has an appearance worse than any other thing on earth. But at the door that's opposite, where you live, you'll find richer seats. You must give her a piece of branch."
Prasildo found out all about that garden. He enters it through poverty easily. Against his trunk, the damsel lead. She raised her head and saw his mirror.
What marvel when she saw herself, it seemed her fair and rosy face was filled with frightening, fierce snakes. Terrified, she decides to flee, and quickly through the air she flies.
Prasildo snatched a high-up limb and saw the gate of riches. Prasildo that day found it open because he offered half of the limb. He leaves and he starts back, impatient to reach Babylon, if each day seems 100.
And then he let the damsel know that had accomplished what she'd asked. The beautiful Tisbina felt great heartache and much pain at this.
Poor me! Why was I born? Prasildo came back from Medusa. Who would have ever guessed he could?
Iroldo, over there the plains, neither one spoke a word. They tightly embraced. They thought that I would die till finally Iroldo cries.
Alone I made you promise him, let me make my lament alone. But by your gentle face, I ask that you not break your promise. Said Prasildo di Riproduzione well for labor, for enormous perils. Just, please wait until I dead.
Tisbina did not feel less pain. She answered him with troubled words.
I was, I am, while I'm alive. And when I'm dead, I will be yours. I'm begging you, I'm urging you to die with me a single death. A pleasing poison, let it be properly prepared, so that we die together. Let 5 hours be the time allotted.
Thus they decide how they will die. That loyal, loving, luckless pair, Aleste, Tisbina sent for poison to an old man of medicine.
The doctor gave them their request a tempest cup, and when Iroldo had confidently swallowed half of the poison liquid down, he winced to pass it to Tisbina.
Tisbina, with a heart of ice, drank the liquid that was left, draining the shining vessel dry.
Nonetheless, to fulfill her oaths, she traveled to the Baron's house and asked to speak with him in private. Tisbina said,
The love you have labored to win is in your powers for 4 hours more. To fulfill promise I made you, I lose my life. My honor's gone.
Then with more words, Tisbina tells him how with Iroldo she took poison.
Tisbina, neither you nor God has tried to test my courtesy. You faithless girl, why did you wait? To ask me for your promise back? I release you from your oath, and you may either stay or go.
When Tisbina reached Iroldo, he carries off his bed, and he humbly prays to God for pity and for mercy.
He prays il reward Prasildo's act of overflowing courtesy, but while he offers up his prayer, Tisbina falls. Now, while Prasildo complains, look, here you are, a doctor came.
Dear Lord, I always loved and honors you. This morning, I was asked for a secret poison, asked by Tisbina's chambermaid. I gave her nothing poisonous. If you ever swallowed it by chance, you'll sleep 5 hours, more or less. That wicked witch should be interred with all the others in the world.
After Prasildo understands, it seems his swooning heart revives. He found the thought old man often, then went to Tisbina's house, and there he found Iroldo in despair. He told him everything he knew.
Imagine now his gratitude. He thought Prasildo should enjoy. The girl he loved more than his life
for his great courtesy the prize. He cedes to Prasilda, that fair maiden, leaving her house immediately.
Women are soft, women are tender, their minds are like their bodies. Tisbina was like most of us, preferring not to fight at all. She yielded to the first assault and took Prasildo as her husband.